Good evening. Hello. Mew. Hold on. I'm eating a candy. Oh, that raid message. Mew. Thank you. Hold on. We literally just started. Hold on. I'm sorry. Okay. Wait. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Mew, thank you for the raid. My name is Hanayome Kamakiri. I am an orchid mantis. And we just started, or we're continuing the Great Ace Attorney. We are on the... I forgot. I think chapter 4 or something. Or episode 4. I can't remember what the difference is. So, if you do not want to be spoiled, thank you for tagging along. I would recommend you head on out. Maybe come by another time. Like tomorrow when I play Tales of the Abyss. Or I continue, rather. So yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Mew. Oh, you're playing Genshin. Alright, everybug. Well, this is literally the first screen that came up since the chapter that we saved at. I think the last thing that happened was, we met, not Watson, right? What was her name? Anyway. Imagine telling chat to leave for spoilers. What? I do that all the time. Watson. Was it Watson? Or was it like Wilson? I can't wait to watch more jury. Yeah, I just want to get to the court part. This is boring. You love Ace Attorney. Oh, nice. Then you'll be able to watch me have a ginormous brain but be frustrated because the game doesn't like how I present my things. Was it? I don't remember. What's the actual Sherlock Holmes one called? The companion. It's Watson, right? Elementary. My dear Watson, right? So it wasn't, I don't know if it was Wilson, but it's not, I don't think it's Watson either. Let's see what it was. There's a whole thing right here. Wilson. It is Wilson. Alright. Leighton. Zero Chan, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Hana Horde. Oh man, I just took an allergy med, but I have to sneeze. But it won't happen. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Bella was on my lap earlier, right before stream, but every time I leaned down, she got scared. She kept getting scared by something, and I figured it was my headset, so I tried to take it off, and I slowly, like, show it to her, but she freaked out because of my headset. I don't know why it scared her, but anyway. Alright. It looks as though the police are still here carrying on with their investigation. I think we were looking for, Sholmes before. So we could, ask him about this, just the case. I was gonna say victim, and then I was gonna say culprit, and then I was like, I think it's just, like, in general. Perfect, so let's find Inspector Gregson as quickly as possible. Yes. And let's see if he'll take a break from his chips and look at that silver tip Iris gave us for him. Oh yeah, that's right. She gave us a business... Oh, there he is. Immediately. I thought we had to go find him. She gave us a little business card thing. Here you go, sir. Take a look at that! Inspector Gregson, do you have a moment? I'm sorry to say I don't. I'm a very busy man. Well, I mean, I think if you got time to eat fish and chips, you probably got a moment to sit here and listen. Also, Mew, I don't know what you just said. Much too busy to talk to a pair of foreign gadabouts? That's for sure. We have these for you. A present from Miss Iris Wilson. What? From me? From her ladyship? Her ladyship? The music stopped. Her ladyship? Yeah? Give that here at once. Come on, hand it over. That's for me. Don't wait for me to give it to you, will you? Hi, Blackfire. You're not that late. I literally just started. I had a moment. What was that coin exactly? It's a silver crown, obviously, but it's a lot more than that. It's, well, it's an appearance fee. That's what it is. An appearance fee. What is that? Oh, I see. You mean... That's right. For the adventures of Herlock Sholmes. Oh, for his likeness? Is that what that is? Her ladyship always... Oh, excuse me, I can't read now. I can't hear either. My allergies have made my ears. I can't hear a thing. Her ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me every time. Yes, of course. I know about your exploits, Inspector. I read them avidly. I read them, or maybe read them. I don't know. Of course, they're using my name without my say-so. It does make me the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes, but still. I'm sorry, Inspector. That must be difficult for you. Never you mind that. So, what do you want to know, then? Sorry? Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem, it says. Well, obviously it's not a problem. Go on, fire away. What do you want to know? Wow. Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector, we'd very much like to know the address of Mr. Natsume's lodgings. Oh, I forgot. Our defendant is Japanese. If I arrive after the starting screen, the stream didn't even start at the starting screen, Blackfire, don't worry. Because I never left the game from last week. So I was always just in the game. Anyway. Ah, the little knife-wielding mustache Japanese fellow. He lives in a right old hovel just over there. Look. Points aggressively with a... Oh, just right there, huh? On the first floor of that house in the corner where that wreck of a bicycle's propped up. Ah! Oh no! Why? Can y'all deal with that, please? Thank you. That is nearby indeed. I didn't think his place was literally right next door. If I remember rightly, the landlord is Mr. John Garideb. Garideb. Right, well, if you see her again, you make sure you give her ladyship my regards, you hear? I mean it. You tell her that Gregson says his very best wishes. Don't worry, Inspector, we will. It's fish and chips, you crushed them. Goodbye for now, and long live her ladyship. She's only like, what, 10? Well, at least he told us what we wanted to know before he left. Since Hana doesn't have to stay in Digimon Adventure, she can leave any time, any game. Oh, yeah. Why did I say Adventure? Oh, I'm so dumb. Y'all, I can't read. I can't hear. I don't know. I can't think either. I'm sorry. I was literally fine until I started stream. Yes, so then, shall we go and see what we can find in Mr. Natsume's lodgings? We're just gonna find that cheese he was eating, that's it. Definitely. Alright, let's go in. A new location has been added. Maybe I'll just turn my volume up. What the fuck is all this? That's a giant. What's an apron? What's that on the floor? Oh! May I help you? Yes, would this be the residence of Mr. John Garideb? Oh, this isn't Natsume's place. Indeed it would, sir. And who may I say is calling? My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo is representing Mr. Saseki Natsume. I believe he takes lodgings here. Oh, her face. That excited reaction. We would very much like to ask him some questions about our client. One moment, please. I shall convey the message to Mr. Garadeb. Mr. Garadeb! Some foreigners are here to talk to you! Did you see that, Mrs. Sato? That was a real-life English maid. I know. As I understand it, anyone of a standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But that was the first time I've ever seen one in the flesh. Oh, this day keeps getting better. It certainly feels like we've really arrived now, doesn't it? Y'all, that big box of Airheads that Ponsu bought me, that came with 90 bars. I've only got 11 left. Sad day. We need only to meet a butler and the experience will be complete. Well, I'm not sure if I'd go that far, but I understand the sentiment. Thank you for waiting. Mr. Garadeb will see you now. This way. Has it only been 4 days? Are you sure? Oh, it's Mr. Garadeb. I kind of want to look around. What is this on the floor? Oh, it won't. Is the ground burned? Look at that enormous screen. It must have been put there deliberately, surely. Yes, it certainly seems like someone's trying to hide something from view. What could be behind it, I wonder? I'm going to have a very quick look. Just a little peek. Ahem, ahem. Maybe let's not, Mrs. Sato. I think the maid is going to head... Wait, what? I'm going to... What? Can't read. I think the maid is going to head us off with a cup of tea. Ahem, ahem. Okay, I'll just talk to the guy. Good day to you, John Garadeb, at your service. That side eye. Man. Pleased to meet you, sir. This is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. He's a defense lawyer. Do excuse me not getting up. I took a shot to the knee a few years back at the Battle of Maiwand. Maiwand? I don't know. Don't you know? Earned a medal for my pains. I thought he said earned a medal for my pants. But had to withdraw from service. Handed over the reins to the up-and-comings. Okay, Maria! Thank you for coming! See you later! Okay, so he's a retired soldier. It's a hell of a job getting up and down stairs now, I can tell you that. I'll tell you. Don't get out much, as you can imagine. Yes, it's quite a climb up here to the second floor, isn't it? I was pantsing at the top of the stairs. Oh. I got really confused. Yeah, Mura, stinky. Hey, it's okay, because I'm going to move it to Mondays. Are you busy Mondays? Mura? Okay. All right. Yeah, I got a job, so I can't do it on Wednesdays anymore. Okay. We'll find dragons on Monday. Okay, don't get spoiled. Head on out, Mura. I'll talk to you later. Yes. Bye-bye. Okay. You really must take more exercise, Mr. Naruhodo. Take more exercise? Why do you think so? Well, Mr. Garadeb, no doubt you are very courageous to earn yourself a medal. Oh, it was nothing. The medal's just a falderall, really. I don't know what that means. Wouldn't like to offend the general, though, so I grudgingly displayed it on the wall. Why is everything crooked? Maybe it's because he's injured or something. Sorry, I was thinking, if he's supposed to represent, like, that whole crescent moon, like, side profile, is she supposed to be the sun? Why don't you fetch it, Joan? Let those people see it properly. Joan, fetch the— Ah! Oh my god! Dashed old woman, be careful! Oh, dearie me, I do beg your pardon, sir. You Johnny near took the skin off my hands. Oh my god. Why did she do that? I shall be more careful, sir. So anyway, there you have it, living the quiet life now. Yes, I see. How come she didn't get it? Now then, I hear you want to know about the chap lodgings downstairs. Chap lodgings? Is that right? Yes, we would be very grateful if you could answer some questions for us. Only two, please, naturally, especially if it helps keep the peace here in Blightly. Is it Blightly or Blighty? Ew, imagine, ugh. Your pipe? We forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan recently, as I'm sure you're aware. Sunflower? So this case is very much in the public eye, as it were. Oh, is it? Even had some famous detective poking around, you know, in the old house, would you believe it? I know, ugh. Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Could have been. Didn't catch the chap's name. Not really my cup of tea, all that detective business. Oh, but you have a copy of Rance magazine here, so... Anyway, the chap's investigating the coroner's room as we speak. Oh, we're gonna go meet... we're gonna go find Herlock again. Hi, Ninjash. So he's in Soseki-san's room. It's a bally nuisance is what it is. The whole neighborhood's twitching its curtains now. I don't like all this fuss. It's jolly unsettling. Jolly. Mr. Natsume. About Mr. Natsume then, Mr. Garrida, please do tell us. Ah, yes, the Japanese chap. Only been lodging here for a week. Oh, just 1 week? So he moved in very recently then. I have two lodgers most of the time, one on the ground floor and one just below us. The first room became available a week ago. You see that? Ah! What the fuck? What is she doing? Dash it, old Joan, too. Be careful. Oh, my goodness, I'm terribly sorry, sir. How is she still his maid? If you want to know my opinion. No bug out. I love her. Her cheeks. Do it again. Yes! I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I set eyes on him. Oh, why? He seemed to have a most nervous disposition, always shaking and looking over his shoulder. The man had shady written across his sweat-soaked brow, if you ask me. I said to myself, Joan, that man is trouble. Sooner or later, he's going to do something untoward. I don't know what that means. And I'm rarely wrong about anything. Oh, he won't be calling this maid as a witness, that's for sure. Now watch her be on the jury. Was there anything else that struck you as suspicious about the man at all? Yes. Oh, yes, indeed there was. And she's dying to tell us. Alright. The shady lodger. Had you noticed anything else about your lodger, Mr. Natsume? Oh, my word, yes. That man was shadier than an orchard. Could you elaborate? Like an apple orchard? The saft pat. I love it. Okay. Well, take the man's room, absolutely stuffed full of books it is, more than anyone could ever read. And he never so much as passes the time of day with another living soul. I haven't seen a single visitor call. He just trots off to that old bookshop every single day and comes back at 5 to light the gas fire. And the funny little man is up long past the time everyone else in the house has gone to bed too. Oh, I see. The gentleman on the ground floor goes to bed around 9 each night. But I've never known that Japanese fellow to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning. Maybe it's because he's Japanese. I don't know. Could you clarify something, I wonder? What, pray? Return to the waking stance. How do you know so much about Mr. Natsume's routine? Oh. I'd understood that neither of the lodgers live on this floor of the house, is that correct? That's right, yes. They're both below us on the first floor and street level. Why is he sweating? Then, how is it that you know so much about the lives of your lodgers? The precise times that they come back, in the evening, for example, even the times they go to bed. Well, if that ain't a little sussy, I don't know what is. Good grief, Joan, be more careful, woman. Oh my goodness, sir. I'm terribly sorry, sir. Something doesn't add up here. Yeah, that is pretty sussy. Interesting. It seems that the incident took place around 5 in the evening. Did you happen to look out the window at around that time? Alright, one sec. Do you think I'm muted to hydrate? No. My allergies. The window. That window. Okay, now I hydrate. Alright, yes, we noticed that the window over there looks out over Briar Road. The incident took place on the pavement just on the far side of the street. Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby? Eh? I have a phone call. I'm not answering! 5 o'clock is dinner time in the Garadeb household. So I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, Joan? No, sir, it would have been dusk outside already at that hour. And with the fog as well, I should think it would have been quite impossible to see the other side of the road. She remembers the fog, or is like fog normal around that time? What if it's my job application? I already got approved. But they'll leave me a voicemail. I told them that I do stream, so they should know that. Oh, I see. Did you notice anything else outside of the ordinary then? Such as? Thanks, Ninjash. That's why next week I have to change my schedule. Anything at all, even if it seems unrelated. Well... Yes, was there something then? Well, it's nothing particularly significant, but around that sort of time it... Ah! For the love of God, Jones! Watch what you're doing! Oh, dearie me, what have I done? I'm awfully sorry, sir. Do be more careful, woman. This poor man, his pants are soaked. Of course, sir. If I may, Mr. Narrow Hollow. Excuse me. Oh, yeah? Yeah. She's trying to cover something up. I have an exceedingly good memory, and as far as I remember, nothing of any significance took place here at that hour. Nothing at all. Oh, really? Mr. Garadeb? The way you were talking before, it sounded rather like there might have been. Oh, well, as I was saying, it was just a trifling matter, really. Nothing of. Ah! Joe, dash it all! What is the matter with you, woman? Begging your pardon, sir. Nothing happened. Yes, quite. Nothing happened. We sat down at a quiet, uneventful meal. Joan? That's right, Mr. Garrett. What? What is the matter with these two? It sounds like something happened here in this room on the evening of the incident, but what? I wish I knew. Okay. Could you tell us which floor Mr. Natsume's room is on? Why, certainly, just below us on the first floor. And Mr. Sholmes is investigating there, even as we speak? Yes, told me Net's his name. I'd asked him to look into the matter, so I gave him the key. Mr. Natsume has engaged Mr. Sholmes' service? That's a blatant lie. Would it be alright if we also had a look around? In Mr. Natsume's room, I mean. I don't see why not. It's just down one flight of stairs. Who knows if we can find anything that can help us with the case, but we'll have to try. We need all the clues we can lay our hands on, shall we? Yes, and while we're there, we can speak with Mr. Sholmes again. Perhaps he'll be able to tell us more. If Herlock doesn't put us in handcuffs for absolutely no reason, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Alright, let's go to Mr. Natsume's room. I hope he's perched on the wall like a cicada. He's got a kitty! He's taking care of the baby. What? Just look at this place. And smell it, it's so musty in here. I suppose it's the mountains of old books that are responsible for that. I don't think I've ever seen so many books in all my life. No, me neither. It's so dark in here, too. The window is blocked off. Is that the window over there? Well, it was the window, I think, yes, once upon a time. But for some reason, it's been closed up with bricks and mortar. It's not a cat god. The Nekomimi is just the beckoning cat. It's not related to a god. The story is something like a cat was like seeking aid or shelter or something, and a man helped it. And in return, the cat beckoned him to like riches and stuff. That's all it is. That's why it's called. I say Nekomimi. That's not what that means. Hold on. Now I'm confused. What is the beckoning cat? What is it called? Maneki Neko. There we go. It's pretty sure Nekomimi is just like cat ears. Okay. Maneki Neko. Okay, so this is where Mr. Natsume lives. By the way, I want to look at the cat! I haven't spotted Mr. Sholmes anywhere, have you? Oh my god, he got turned into the cat. No, that's true, but according to what Mr. Garrett told us, the great detective should be around here somewhere investigating. Maybe he got crushed under a pile of books. Fellas. Maybe he's like hiding behind this book stack. Hi, bastard. How are you? Alright, I guess kitty first. Oh, baby. No! Come back. Oh my, what an adorable little cat. Perhaps he's looking after all the books while his master is away. I want the baby back. I don't know about that. He disappeared into that pile of books as quick as a flash. Well, I don't think it was really that fast. It was a tricolor Mike, wasn't it? Did they even have that sort of cat here in Great Britain? Perhaps Mr. Natsume brought the little creature with him from Japan. That made me feel homesick now. Ah! Hold on. Hi, JC. Alrighty, we've only been in the country for 2 days. Alright, the kitty's gone. What's this bag? Can I look at it? I'll just look at anything I can. Look at those books stacked up there. It's almost... they almost reached the ceiling. They're all works of English literature, and they all smell so musty. Oh, I forgot he was an author, or a poet or something, right? With this volume of books in hand, you'd never be short of reading material, would you? No. Oh, what a dreamy idea. Bad dream, maybe. For me, at least. Mind you, I don't imagine the book that's at the bottom of the pile now will ever be read again. He's got a shelf here, and it doesn't even have books on it. So reading it is an experience that comes but once in a lifetime, just as the tea ceremony teaches us. I certainly didn't expect the conversation to turn down the path of tea ceremony philosophy. Maneki Neko? Oh, look, it's a beckoning cat from home. It's a bit big and bulky, isn't it? Surely Mr. Natsume didn't bring that Maneki... Oh, wow, they just said it. Maneki Neko all the way from Japan with him. I hardly think you're in a position to comment, Mr. Naruhodo. Are you forgetting the enormous Daruma doll that you brought in your luggage? Well, it could be dangerous traveling abroad. I wanted a lucky charm. Wasn't that basically the same thing? I imagine Mr. Natsume wanted the same, and this cat is sure to beckon good luck to him. It's not doing a very good job so far, is it? Well, what if we're that good luck that was beckoned to him? Yeah, come on. You mustn't say such things. I didn't say a word. Why are my eyes such a giveaway? I think you said plenty. Naruhodo. That desk seems to be wedged into a crevice between the mountains of books on either side. I suppose Mr. Natsume would sit there and read while stroking his cat. But surrounded on all sides by these towering old tomes, surely he dreamt of books every night as well. Where did he sleep? Yes, he must have done, mustn't he? What? Oh, what's this? It's a receipt from a second-hand bookshop. Your books. Oh, yes, Mr. Natsume's name is on it. Look, and the date of the purchase. Ah, 2 days ago at 4:45 p.m. What was the, Do we have any other information? Unlike when, I forgot if they gave times. That's the day of the incident. That's just a short while before he was embroiled in a terrible attack. He must have been on his way back from buying some old books. Nice. Got us some funny evidence. Thank you very much. Wasn't it around 5? Yeah, that probably makes sense. Look at all these balls of paper on the floor. There are notes scrawled all over them in English. It looks like the wastepaper basket is so full they've just fallen out. I think Mr. Natsume must have been deeply immersed in his research, don't you? Or deeply averse to tidying up his mess. Hey, everybug. Is your room clean? While you watch, is your desk clean? I wouldn't like to speculate which is closer to the truth. Is your trash put away? Well then, why is it so quiet in this game? Go do it. Ah! When did he get there? What the fuck? I didn't even notice him. Ah! Look, Mr. Naruhodo. Aha, there he is. Keeping my desk space clean all the time is actually kind of frustrating because I don't have the satisfaction of seeing it clean. You know what I mean? I don't know how to describe it. You know, that satisfaction of like throwing away all your trash that's on your desk, all your you know, dirty dishes, your cups, your I don't know, soda cans, stuff like that. I don't get that satisfaction because my desk is just always clean. Like, I have an airhead wrapper on it. It's like when I cleaned my room. When I cleaned my room like a couple weeks ago. I simply do not feel satisfied by these actions. But do you feel satisfied by the result? That's what it is. I don't like, okay, I don't know how grungy and nasty other bugs are. So I don't like touching other bug stuff. And if I see a hair somewhere, I'll literally die. I'm just like a huge germaphobe. Yeah, I usually clean my room like every week or two. Anyway, what I was trying to say was like when I cleaned my room like a couple weeks ago, and then like I had that nice satisfaction, like, wow, my room, it looks so good. Everything's clean, everything's where it should be, and then it's like, you know, the next day I was just disappointed. I was like, now what? There he is. Where did he appear from? The cat actually turned into her Luxums. He seems to be engrossed in the pages of an old book. I hope he won't mind if we disturb him. Hello? Mr. Sholmes! Oh. I fucking hate this man. Anyway. I like it when everything I've used in the past 2 weeks is in arm's reach. Arm's reach of what? Like where? On your bed? Speaking of on my bed, I have like... I have stuff on my bed that shouldn't be there. I have a water bottle right next to my pillow. And then I also got my whole new jar of antacids also next to my pillow. And then my phone when I go to bed. I need like a little bedside dresser thing. Anyway. You two, good day. Now, let me see. Where was it that we met? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, we were together on the SS Bureau. Yes, of course, the Bureau. And let me see. What happened on that voyage? It was Kazuma Osogi. He died tragically, and you were a great help to us. Ah, yes, but of course, the case of Mr. Osogi. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it? Well, there was a snake, but that wasn't it. Oh. Well, you seem to remember something of it, at least. Mr. Sato, what an honor to be remembered vaguely by the great Sholmes. This is Mr... Oh, no, my dear madame, hold your tongue. My chair, I sit 10 hours a day. Oh. What about the remaining 14 that you're not sitting? A night table? Yeah, sure. I just feel like I don't have room for one. I pride myself on my superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain attic. Brain attic? No! You can't sleep 14 hours a day. Final Fantasy 14. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, why did I give him Susato's voice? I saw the S name. And Miss Susato. He remembers. Wait, what did he say? Did I miss something? Hold on. I'm so dumb. Miss Naruhodo, Mr. Susato. Try the other way around, Mr. Sholmes. Look at her. She's sad. This man, he's so stupid. I lose the first round. Sleep 12. Stop it, bastard! Don't sleep so long. That's not good for you. You bastard. In truth, I had hoped to invite you both to my Baker Street suite the date we arrived in London. But some Scotland Yarders ambushed me on the railway station and whisked me away to a crime scene. Yeah, that's time you could be spending playing Final Fantasy XIV. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. I solved the matter in no more than 30 minutes. So they apprehended Soseki-san in that short of an amount of time? I'm afraid the pursuance of a new case has dulled my recollection of past involvements a little. A little? It is a mistake to think that one's brain attic— why does he keep saying brain attic? Has elastic walls and can distend to any extent. I'll do my best to forget useless facts, lest they should elbow out the useful ones. Honestly, I wish I was as charismatic as Sholmes. I don't mind being charismatic and stupid, so long as I'm confident in it. I want it. I'm playing 14 right now. Nice. Yes, those are my own words of inimitable. I don't know what that word means. Wisdom, you know, from an adventure entitled A Study in Scarlet. Please, there's no need to quote yourself. I don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but fortunately my associate pens them beautifully. Mind palace is a term. No, he keeps saying brain attic. Like the attic of a house. Interesting. He means Iris, I suppose. Where's the cat? Mr. Sholmes, we have some extremely important questions to ask you about the trivial case you just mentioned. Goodness, what an earnest expression. My dear madame, I should only be too pleased, and this murky room is an apt place to discuss the murky case. Ah, okay. English terms are hard. JC, is English not your native language? We know this to be the lodgings of a Japanese foreign student by the name of Soseki Natsume. It seems that you assisted in his arrest, Mr. Sholmes. For the stabbing of a young woman here on Briar Road. Natsume? Yes, I believe it was a name rather along those lines. But Mr. Natsume denies it. Was it really justifiable to arrest him on so little? I'm sorry, Mr. Sato, but I have not the slightest idea of what you mean. Huh? I can't believe he was looking Sato squarely in the eye while feigning ignorance. I assure you, I'm not merely feigning ignorance. Did he think out loud again? Think, excuse me. It would appear as if the pair of you are under some misapprehension. Oh, how? I assure you, I have no recollection of accusing your stooped compatriot of the crime. But that doesn't make sense. The good detective of Scotland Yard made the following request of me, and I quote verbatim. We need you to ascertain the identity and whereabouts of a man seen fleeing the crime scene. Ah, a man seen fleeing. There were a number of books scattered on the pavement of the scene. From the book plates, I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. What is a book plate? Ah. On speaking with the perpetrator, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, wouldn't you say? I believe there is a receipt around here somewhere from the establishment in question. So you don't think Mr. Natsume is the culprit, then? The book card? I don't know what a book card is. It's not a library. That I could not tell you. But I was aggravating my faculties. Hence why I returned here. However, this place is such a trove of fascinating books, I found myself quite lost in bibliophilia. Did I even say that right? Bibliophilia, maybe? I'm not sure. Do not be deceived into believing that I am a man of leisure. No. Oh dear. Alright, I think my allergies are finally going away. God, why do these take so long? Tell me. Have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings? Yes, Mr. Garadeb, a retired military man. It was the first time I ever met a soldier from the great British institution that is the services. And it was the first time I'd ever met a maid from the great British institution that is service. Good job, Ryunosuke. I love Susato! I love her so much. I didn't think it was that funny. I do apologize. As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid. Yes, I read as much in my Great Britain primer. And so conversely, whether or not a household employs a maid has come to betoken the social standing of those dwelling therein. Betoken their social standings? Sorry? Put simply, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who do not are beneath that middle class. And the upper echelons? Echelons? What's that word? Of society are, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family. Goodness, how extraordinary. Echelons? Is that what I said? Anyway. As you can appreciate, for those on the precarious boundary between the middle and lower class, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance. I had no idea. And it is for precisely that reason that I find great stimulation in the situation upstairs. Specifically in the retired Army veteran, Mr. John Garrideb. Oh? Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. Whether or not it imposes on the circumstances of this case, I am yet unable to ascertain. I'm thoroughly lost in what he means to say. Have you seen the show about rich British people and their maids? No? Echelons? Oh, okay. Hi, Kerbo! Welcome back! Where's my shoes? My little slippers. Hold on. Echelon, huh? What a fancy name. I want one of those gaudy controllers that has the fans in them. Y'all know what I'm talking about? This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow. I feel like I think I've talked about it before. I still really want one. I assure you, any man whose lot is to dwell in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later. I definitely have. Mr. Natsume has stabbed no one. But sooner or later, as I said. I don't believe that's the issue here. Ninja, you don't know what I'm talking about? Now I'm curious. I want to find it. I don't even know why I said curious. I've definitely seen it before. Hold on. The heck is this? Oh, I looked up gaming controller with fans, and it's just some stuff for your phone that makes it like a controller, but cools it. I don't know what I'm looking for anymore. I give up. Yeah, so your hands don't get sweaty. How about this dark little room, Mr. Shums? It's just really hot in here. Why is there no longer a window? Do you have any idea? I don't have any of my fans on right now, so... No, window. Well, I mean, I can clearly see that there is a window of sorts. But it's been completely blocked with bricks. Ah, I see. The answer to that question is quite simple. Window tax. Window tax? What is that? Surely not a tax on windows. Precisely that. Oh my goodness. What? Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by the number of their windows. What? Those of lesser means have inherited a sizable and costly family home, perhaps rapidly closed windows up. What sense does that make? Huh? Well, the rich opened windows here, there, and everywhere. In an effort to curry favor with those in power by furnishing them with large sums of tax money. It didn't sound like a punishment. It just sounds like, you know, poor people shouldn't have windows. That's awful and unjust, forcing people to live in rooms devoid of light. Indeed, a disease was rife as a result. Wow. So some 40 years ago, or thereabouts, the window tax was abolished. Good, what the fuck? But its legacy remains, as you can see, in squalid lodgings such as these, for example. I suppose Mr. Natsume's stipend for living here in London isn't very generous, perhaps. It would appear so. I've done a little digging. Let the darkness consume you. And discovered that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinarily low price. I mean, I'd take it. If I didn't have a window, that means it stays cooler. So, I think I'd be okay with that. Because the room is so awful, I should think. Apparently, Mr. Natsume only moved in here about 1 week ago. I don't know who said that. I don't think it was Sholmes. Yes, that's correct, however. I don't believe the low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodation. Huge humidity? Just get a dehumidifier, dummy. Use big-brained. Oh? Still, that is of a little relevance here, no matter... a matter not worthy of further attention. Are you sure? I'm curious now. I wanna do one of your great deductions. Well, I believe I told you all I can now. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, yes, Mr. Naruhodo. Was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law? You remember that, did you? Exactly. Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder? To the occupant of this room, Mr. Natsume, was it? Yeah, that's the plan. I'm not sure. Oh, wait, I forgot we're thinking about it. Not sure. On what grounds? Well, I actually defended someone in court here only yesterday. Really? Well then, I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition realized, and so promptly, too. The thing is, it's really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients? To trust in their innocence? Yes, trust. I mean, they would probably look like whatever Sholmes does. He's kind of got that kind of steampunkish look to him. Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he? My dear fellow, I have the first idea. Oh, but I thought that's why you were here. Didn't you come back to investigate? Ah, yes, that was indeed my initial intention. But there are simply too many fascinating books here. I couldn't possibly ignore them. Oh, I see. Nevertheless, there are two facts that I can state quite unequivocally. The man who fled the scene of the crime 2 days ago was the Japanese occupant of this room, and there are witnesses who swear to having seen the same man commit the crime. That is all I can say. Ah, and one more thing. Oh, what is it, Mr. Sholmes? Tell us. I cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is of relevance to the case, but I am quite sure that the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something. Mr. Garrideb is... Mr. Sholmes said as much before, actually, didn't he? Anyway, at present, that is really all that plays in my mind in relation to this case. Who is the woman that was stabbed? What was her name? Did we ever get that answer? Mr. Naruhodo. As yet, our investigations have uncovered nothing that could help establish Mr. Natsume's innocence. No, you're right. Perhaps it's time we probed a little deeper into Miss Garrideb's secret. Just remember, I cannot be sure whether the landlord's secret will prove to be of relevance or not. But I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruhodo. Where's the cat? Bring the cat back! A busy man indeed. He's gone back to his book in the corner of the room. I wonder what he's reading. So we just gotta go back to Mr. Garrideb, right? I don't want to talk to him again. Meow meow, where are you? Where's that? This appears to be some sort of meter on the wall here. It looks very robust. Yeah. Yeah, I'm wondering. That's what I was thinking too, Gabe. I wonder what it's for. There's a slot to insert coins in here too. What the heck? Ah, I believe that is a gas meter, Mr. Naoto. A gas meter? Yes, it seems there's a piped gas in the district which consumers pay by putting coins in the meter. That is so interesting. So to put a coin in the slot. That would be enough gas to use the lights and the gas fire for the whole night. So if you're too poor to have a coin, you have to spend the night in the dark and freezing cold. That's right. As would a rich man who only carried crisp white notes. London is a scary place. Damn. You just have to be poor, huh? If only Texas had that, you know, last winter. God, that was horrible. I think about that. I'm scared. I'm scared for this next winter. I think February 19th, we were still in the dark, too. Oh, you pair again. Tell me, was the detective chap, I forget his name, still hard at work down there? There you go. All I know is that, when the cold weather picks back up, I need to go buy a bunch of hot hands. And, hopefully if the power goes out again, I'll be somewhat toasty for a while. Those things those things last a little while. I don't know why I said thank you. You're welcome for the sneeze. Mr. Herlock Sholmes? Ah, yes, rings a vague bell. All that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid. Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there. A jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joan. Now then, why don't you tell me what— Why? For the umpteenth time, woman, will you watch what you're bally well doing? I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir. Ah, yes, of course. Fire this woman! Frightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave, if you'd be so kind. Oh, yes, of course. I kinda wanna go to, like, these old homes before, like, electricity and see how they handle, like, the heat and stuff. You're deeply grateful for all your assistance. Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out. Oil gas heating. Yeah. But what about cooling? According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garadeb is hiding something. And since no other avenues of investigation seem open to us at the moment, perhaps we should go. Perhaps we should do some digging. In here? It wants me to do some digging in here? Oh, God damn it! What is he doing? Also, what happened to this wall? Look at this crockery on display here. It's rather unusual, isn't it? Oh my, a genuine London dresser, isn't it delightful? Although the shelves seem to be broken. And the crockery is— oh dear, it's in pieces. It really is. The word crack doesn't— wouldn't do that Chinaware justice. Ah, I wonder. Perhaps the cannon was fired at it. Yes, probably something like that, but let's not delve too deeply here. Large icebox and a cat with a fan tied to its tail. Interesting. Oh, look! What a wonderful collection of cakes lined up on that gleaming silver cake stand. Lined up? It looks more like someone has half demolished them to me. Afternoon tea is a time of indulgence, you know. It is quite the English way. It is Mr. Garrideb's custom to take 2 cakes with his tea. It sounds delightful. Oh, wait a minute, though. There are at least 10 cakes on this cake stand. Well, naturally, it would never do to waste the leftovers. So whatever Mr. Garrideb doesn't eat, I say to myself, Joan, you shall have to tidy up. How magnanimous of you. They don't cool homes in Britain even now. Yeah. I know it's like an issue with some countries during the summer, especially now that the days are getting hotter. Because their homes aren't really built for like air conditioning. That portrait of Mr. Garrideb is staring at me, I swear. Y'all don't have AC either? In Puerto Rico, I feel like that doesn't make sense. Isn't Puerto Rico like tropical? Maybe not. I don't know anything about Puerto Rico. Have you noticed that all the little frames contain photographic prints of Mr. Garrideb as well? It is? What the heck? Then why would y'all not have air conditioning? I feel like the heat combined with humidity just wouldn't make sense. Ugh. Sounds horrible. Oh. Ah, I see. Yes, and there seems to be a statue of a lion on the mantelpiece as well. Ah, yes, seemed to come back from the local pawnbroker with that little trinket. Seemed to come back? What do you mean? The chap who runs the place is a bally wizard. Went in to sell him something and came out with that thing. In point of fact, now that I think about it, I rather often find myself leaving the place with something I don't need. Man, I want to go to a pawn shop. I haven't been to a pawn shop in a long time. The lion ornament seems surplus to requirements. What does that mean? The lion ornament certainly does seem surplus to requirements. Requirements? Of what? I live in Canada. The amount of insulation we pack into our houses would turn Texas home into an oven. Well, insulation's good at keeping things in, right? Like heat? And cold? Or is it only heat? So if you have air conditioning, wouldn't insulation like help keep it colder? All I know is that that was one of the biggest issues at the power outage here, because we do not really have insulation in our homes and stuff. So luckily, when our power went out, our apartment didn't reach the same temperature as outside until like day 3. But that was because we literally just did not open the doors. Soda-san doesn't pull her punches, or her throws for that matter. Well, I'm just gonna talk to Mr. Herlock Sholmes, who's hanging out in the window here. What's he doing over there? God, please, please tell me now that he's here. We're gonna get one of those funny deductions. Mr. Sholmes! Aha, we meet again, my dear fellows. Good gracious, when did you sneak in here? Herlock Sholmes, sir, at your service. What were you doing by the window? I am given to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madame. Yet sadly cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks the aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here. Well, keeping an eye on one's windows at dusk is the prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering. Oh, and one other thing, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, me? I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind. I thought he was gonna say astute observation. I went to turn down the burner my pot was on, but turned on another one. Oops. Wait, he's not talking about... Is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. Let's go! Do you mean Mr. Sholmes? There is a mighty secret in this modest room. My eyes see even the most trivial of trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo. Let's go! I think so. There's just time enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark. Woo! Insulation prevents heat from escaping, but it's not as effective as preventing heat from the sun out of the house. Because the method of heat transfer is different, it's still a little bit... Oh, okay. Yeah, that wouldn't really work in Texas homes then. If only there was like a way to block it off. You know, insulation on the inside, something else on the outside. I don't know. Mr. Garrideb, though it would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first rate. I am afraid, sir, that it is all too clear to me. Just flip it. Like a curtain, perhaps. No! Who puts curtains on the outside? Also, how would that stop it? You're putting curtains on your window, right? What does that have to do with the insulation in the house? You don't have insulation on your windows. There are two conclusions I've been able to draw by carefully observing your living arrangements. I beg your pardon. The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. Eh? Is it the maid? And the second, or is the ferocious beast the cat? Is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. It might be the cat. I have a feeling it's actually the cat. Mr. Naruhodo, look! The old man's broken out in a cold sweat. Unbelievable, it seems Mr. Sholmes' conclusions are both spot on. How could you possibly? How could I possibly know, you mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts. Okay. If you say so. Yes, the cat's a baby. And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular! Let's go! Woo! This is the best part of these games. Alright! It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Thus, we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? For a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garrideb, leads us directly to the answer. He's gonna say the metal or something, isn't he? Oh, he actually said the lion. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue. I actually thought that's what it was going to be. You know, lion is cat, so maybe not. Yes, though an army man, you appear unimposing at best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts. What is this pipeful, I ask you? Trifle. In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house. What? What was that on his face? Wait, does he have a mark on his face? Is that why he keeps his head turned? Yet living with such a wild beast proved far more difficult than you had imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well, yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to, madame? Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me that with one glance in your direction, it is. Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. For protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show. Ah! How does he know that? Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Ghirardelli. At Batty's Circus. A traveling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed all the tents. Past tense, if you will. Aha! You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. I most certainly did not. I believe I have made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion. And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire. What does the lion have anything to do with anything here? Asiatic? Is that what that is? Okay. Now, Mr. Ghirardelli, it is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Is it perhaps he can't find his cat? Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man. What is on his face? I simply... But what we must now ask ourselves is the true cause of this pain. Oh. And we need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. What? Yes, it is this pile of bills that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Interesting. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. Ah. He's got his goggles on. For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved beast... excuse me, has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. Welcome back, Gabe. And so you had no choice but to let it go. Yes, well, now, in a final rift of rage, a fit, holy crap, not rift, I can't read! The ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable. The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madame, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the tower of cakes. Why not the candle that was on the floor? Ah. I see. There is no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. D. I said D first, nobody else could say D. Was it or was it not once said by a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake? Is that a thing? Man, I really want some cake now. Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact. Whatever do you mean? Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need not spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There's only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. Okay. The teeth marks on the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. It ate the carpet. Oh, Marie Antoinette. Okay. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle. Yeah! What is the matter with you, Joan? You're pouring scalding hot tea all over me. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garrideb. I'm afraid I didn't notice. My deductions can be startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelation can make people spill tears at times, too. Oh. Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in again, but can I make an observation? Why, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it, again? Well, your deductions just now. Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room of this size? Indeed, it is the only explanation for the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. But wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well? But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garrideb and his maid would have been hurt or worse. Ah, hold on. Okay, sorry. Ah, that's where you are stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own against the beast using that large cannon. Thought you said that they sold the lion to the circus. And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe I have ever heard of a lion that drinks tea. Ah, my dear Mr. Sato, it occurs to me with some regularity that irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands on Great Britain's soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. Oh, what a glorious nation! Including all the animals that come here, huh? Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's your turn to shine again. I had a feeling that was coming. A slight massage. That's all Mr. Sholmes' deductions need. You can do it! Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward, Mr. Naruhodo. You don't even know whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. Mr. King Shi Huang, first emperor of China, being a ruthless tyrant. But he did actually burn books and kill Confucian scholars. By the way, Confucian scholars are the ones that write history. Oh. Well. If history could be unwritten, let it be unwritten. As my once friendly scholar told us in Final Fantasy XIV. my water. Which I'm already almost out of. I didn't think about this. It do. What's a knot? Oh, neuters. I thought you said knotters. I don't know what a neuters is either, actually, so at least that's what I want to believe. Let us start again. From the beginning of Herlock Sholmes' Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Woo! My turn. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. These guys are like, man, we gotta deal with this again. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Just getting shocked by it every time. As we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Ah, for a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Aye. I know, it's really fun. Your furtive glance, Mr. Gyarados, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue. I really don't see the lion thing coming. No, but if you observe Mr. Gyarados' reaction, it rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok here in this room. Yes, something with a very fierce nature. But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India. So what was it then? We must follow Mr. Gyarados' gaze. That will lead us to the true answer. His gaze, huh? Oh! What is this then? How do I look at it? A child? What is this photograph? It appears to be from Mr. Gyarados' wedding. Is he married to his maid? Sorry. He looks very happy, doesn't he? He does, but he can't make out this bride. No, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face. I wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve too deeply there. Is there anything else here that I could look at? Because we already looked at these, right? The glass is broken, so you can't see the bride's face at all. No, but no amount of cracks could hide the woman's plump form. I think powerful would be kinder than plump, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, she certainly looks that. There's a lot of horsepower there. What? What do you mean? That's someone you'd want to upset, that's for sure. Oh, look! Have you noticed her wedding ring? It's very large, isn't it? Yes, that's an unusual design. It looks like some sort of embellished sunflower. Gabe, what did you say earlier? Gabe, what the fuck? This must have been when Mr. Gyarados was still in the army. He seems to be carrying his rather stout bride effortlessly. Effortlessly. What the fuck? Effortlessly. Why does this word not seem right? Effortlessly. Effortlessly. What the fuck? Stop putting another T in there. Effortlessly. Sure. Effortlessly. Okay. And beaming a smile at the same time. Don't tell me I got this. He's living the dream. He is. He looks happy. I suppose he was very strong in his younger years. Hard to imagine now. He's as thin as a rake. Is that really it? There's nothing else to look at here? It would have to be that, right? These are shells for the cannon, are they? What a strange place to keep them. I imagine they have some significance to Mr. Garrideb from his time in the army. Of course, he mentioned a battle to us before, didn't he? Do you remember? He said that he'd been shot in the knee. Perhaps it was one of these that hit him. Oh, he'd be dead. If a round that size hit his knee, there'd be nothing left of it, or Mr. Garrideb for that matter. Mr. Sholmes has a Persian slipper. And this man has spent shells. Perhaps it's customary in Britain to display, well, rubbish on the mantelpiece. It has to be this, right? What's the cause of the damage in this room? I'm really kind of confused here, because I don't know what in this image could have caused the damage. Unless it was a person. So I guess I can present it. We'll find out. Yeah, I didn't think so. Behind the lion statue on the mantelpiece that was deliberately hidden from view is a photograph. Definitely not right. Though I have yet to examine it in detail, I can assure you that it holds the answer. Because I'm employing an extremely advanced detector technique called jumping to conclusions, you see. What spectacularly contrived logic led you to this mindless conclusion? Oh, well, it's supposed to be a logic and reasoning spectacular, so I thought I'd contribute to the show. This is my show, Mr. Naruto. Don't kindly perform any peculiar experiments on your own stage. Sorry. Jumping to conclusions. Alright. A destructive creature has been at work in this room, and that Mr. Garrideb inadvertently looked in the direction of something that gives the identity away. Find the answer. If it's not the lion, there's only so many directions I could turn. Is it the fucking shell? That can't be. Can it? Well, maybe it's the shell that's knocked over, so I guess we could try that one. I don't know. That's the only other option if it's not the lion.
Take that!
I'm so lost. That's not it either. What? What am I looking? I'm so confused. I was thinking maybe the motor shell like fell and it scared something. Yeah. Apparently my big brain's not working. I actually just have no clue. I can't look up and down. I can only look left and right. I have to look more in the photograph? Oh, yeah. My nose. I guess we'll look some more. Unless I'm supposed to present something here. I guess.
Take that!
Oh. There we go. That's so dumb. It's in the photo! It's in it! Oh my god. The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that newlywed bride. Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo. No other explanation could possibly fit. Yeah. Yes, this fine print pictures of your wife. Oh, god damn it. Mr. Garrideb. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms, the note of considerable horsepower they must contain. Horsepower? Why does it keep referring to her like that? Oh, Indeed, surely any woman of powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Gabe or Pinata, can y'all take care of that? Honored might be stretching a point. Too late, the fact remains that That the beast, which so clearly savaged this room, thank you very much, was your wife, Mr. Garrideb. Gah! He's got a slap mark on his face. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well, as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to, madame? Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is. Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. The poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself. Well, I don't know about this fragile. Oh dear. Anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of Mrs. Garrideb anywhere. But it seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Garrideb's wife could be. Alright, so if it's not the dress pocket, it's the fucking ring right here.
Take that!
That was so obvious. Your wedding ring, wedding ring, gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Basically, this guy does not have an actual maid, he has a wife, which means he is poor as fuck. Which should also be explained as to why he had to go to a pawn shop, but I don't know what that has to do with anything, to be honest. Indeed it does, that flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. Leftover cake, oh yeah. For it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Garrideb's wife in this photographic print. Oh, hold on. In other words, you are no ordinary household maid. No. You are Miss Garrideb's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Garrideb herself. Oh my word! I love her. What do you mean? What? Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightly surmise, this is the wife, yes, my Joan. Rather let herself go, you might say, but she was a Bollywood. Ah! It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. Oh. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid, would that be correct? It's not right, I tell you. I was second lieutenant to the 3rd Regiment. A man has his pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ. Yes, here in London, one is rather judged. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Staff? I don't know why I said that. Though in my considered opinion, such concerns about appearance are a folly. You mean Mr. Garbadeb? Garbador has his wife work as his maid? Precisely, am I right, Mr. Garrideb? Only in company, obviously, but listen here. This must remain a secret. Tip-top secret, please! Easy peasy. Carpet not on by a starving wife. Now, Mr. Garrideb. It is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. He's covering up the mark on his face. Indeed, in that blithe pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Mr. Sholmes is quite something. He's still calling Mr. Garrideb's wife a beast. Yes, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable. Mr. Garrett is standing beside her husband as we speak, or Mrs. Garrett. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he? Oh, how true. So perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some other significance then. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrett's pain is tangible, though. What could that pose of his really signify?
Take that!
That very obvious slapped cheek. What's up, Pinata? You okay? Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. I can't read words. The pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek. And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade. Was you, Madame Joan Garrett? Her eyes? Well, yes. The slap sound. Oh, I love it. You have been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir. Ugh. How the blazes? How did you work that out, man? Man. I know, I love it. What is sumayak? What is that? Prime Gaming. I don't know why I just said that, I'm sorry. Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. Oh, sumayak. I don't know. Okay. I don't have a prime command. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your other side from view. Well, Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? Maybe for making his wife dress as a maid? In other words, we must ask ourselves, what caused Madame Garrett to fly into a rage? And we need only follow the directions of your gaze to find the answer. I'm gonna maybe guess that it might be the apron on the cannon? I'm not sure. Didn't Mr. Sholmes say that the bills were all for a lion fodder? Yes, but now we've established that the lion never existed. Which could only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food. Oh, Pinata, thank you for gifting us sub to Senba. Who I forgot is still a mod. Mr. Naruhodo, she's a person, not a thing. Yes, well, she's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap around the face. One so hard that it left a permanent hand mark, in fact. Yes, why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder? I'd love to know the answer to that question. Wait, what is this? Someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here, look. Oh, more! Pinata, thank you for gifting 10 subs. Oh, Bugbug got a sub. Thank you very much, Pinata. I'm sorry, I had to stretch. Pinata, you were playing Dragalia Lost on stream. Oh man. Mr. Garrett was clearly an avid reader. Avid. Did I say advid? Oh, wait a moment. Wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark. Oh no, it isn't. It's a note written in the woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. And look next to the signature here. Lip marks made with lipstick. Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture. Don't get any ideas, Susato-san. Oh dear, I'm sorry. So this bookmark is actually a love note then. Love note. That's one of those stupid things where I had to actually like look at it to clarify. That's so dumb. Alright, it's definitely this.
Take that!
I too read the labels of pill bottles for fun. No, I didn't say Advil reader. Yes, it is this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary, passionate indeed. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is the fly in the ointment here. Fly in the ointment? Look at her, Joan. She is. Oh, she slapped him again. But I don't know the Bali woman. You don't know her? That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there. It was just in there, you say? That's right, that's what I've been. Ah! Well, what's Gyarados' first name? Because I'm wondering why. A likely story. Now listen here, Joan, old thing. I explain all the time. I bought the book at the second-hand place, and my nose, I'm sorry. And that note must have already been in there. Our name is John and Joan. So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean? That's right, that's what I've been saying. Ah! Y'all are poor. Can you really afford to be wasting so much tea? A likely story. For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written to James. My name, in case you've forgotten, is John. A likely story. Are you questioning my name now? This poor guy. And there we have it. Arouse the suspicions of the female heart, and you unleash a beast with the most ferocious bite. Ugh. Oh. Wow, that sat up real quick. Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carry out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable. The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? Ah. Did she, like, throw a candle at him, maybe? If you reuse the tea bag enough, tea's practically free. Oh my god. This time, madame, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the Tower of Cakes. Oh, there's a candlestick missing on that, candelabra. But surely Mrs. Gyarados didn't eat the carpet. No, of course not. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray in this room is in as a result of her wild temper. No, that's true. So this is the last part of Mr. Shum's deduction that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mrs. Gyarados' glaze, and that will tell us the real answer. All right, let's see what we can see. Yes. There we go. Wait, it only looks at the carpet. Perhaps it's this that I can look at. I think that's the obvious one, right? It's the candlestick, right?
Take that!
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking, well, let me target the one on the floor. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only look at the candlestick. I can read. I don't need to read for that. Yeah, right. Most illuminating, my dear fellow, and of course, the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Indeed, they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Having a rug like this so close to a fireplace is not, it's not very Gucci. Scorch marks. It would appear that this room was the scene of a little marital altercation. Oh! Miss Gyarados' mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of her strike caused the candle. She just like shook the earth with that slap. Caused the candle to fall from the holder. And in seconds, the carpet was alight and the whole corner of the room in flames. Her cheeks do have jiggle physics, and I love it. Yes, for the most ferocious beast in this world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So as you see, there is but one conclusion here. After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. Okay, cool. Now what? Oh, he's standing up. His thing. Mr. Sholmes, sir. I salute you! Oh, oh my god, pick him up. Oh. I'm sorry, but was the bottom of his thing stained? It's doo-doo stained. That was really cute. I don't know if it mattered, but the bottom of his robe was stained brown. He's got doo-doo on it. It's these dashed long winter nights, you know, nothing to do but to read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my old novels there. Could be burn mark. Or it could be dirt. This man is kind of sussy after all. Anyway. And in the pages of one particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material. For which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems. Don't know about admonished, demolished. Might be rather closer to the mark. And beast is most certainly an ah! Here we go again. And the carpet? Was that destroyed by fire when the candle fell to the floor? Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. She slapped him so hard he shit himself. I'm gonna take a quick break, real quick. Everybody get up and stretch. I'm gonna get me some more water. Give me about a couple of minutes. Alright. Yeah, Pinata gifted you a sub, Zeus. Alright. Let's take a quick break, okay? Did everybody get up to stretch? Hold on, I gotta shake my water bottle. I'm not muted, Asher. Not anymore. Got snacks? Hell yeah. I need to take a drink of my water. Yummy. Tastes like chapstick. Oh, Zeus. Thank you. Hopefully, or rather, I wish most of the time my voice was not limited by my allergies. Don't do it, you're too sexy. What was the quote you were trying to do? Oh! The whole place filled with smoke. I couldn't see a bolly thing. I was caught between the old stick's rage and the raging flames. Oh, there's no number. How is that relevant? You paint a toward picture, sir. That one that would, oh my god. How can I learn how to read? One that would have been most entertaining. Sexy was censored. Is there a term when a lady has a super handsome voice? Who, me? No such thing. You could just say I have a handsome voice. I think that still fits. Anyway. That's it. Pickle, I just got up. Pickle says, I don't care. That's sympathy for you. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bolly furniture started going up as well. ASMR ready? Who, me? Like this? That might have been a little too loud. Or like this, maybe? The other streamer. It's the baby Solomon down there. And no, Pantsu. No. You don't get that for free. ASMR scream. How's that? What is an ASMR scream? We sound like a zombie. We've had to hide the mess behind that screen for the time being. Over there, Mr. Garrett. Well, you have nothing more to hide now, if you'll allow me. Shoo that out of the way. Oof. Ouchie. Had all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. Gosh. Gosh. Oh, you. I don't want to say gosh. Gosh. Then the wife started hurling things at me. What a terrible sight it must have been. I wish I could do that goofy, like, that, oh my god, that laugh that he does. I can't do it. I don't even think I can imitate it without just sounding stupid as fuck. There I was, back against the window, under heavy enemy fire, incendiary, yeah, books coming at 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite book called The Lion's Pride. The lion's pride. Ah, yes. Her notorious love of big cats coming through again. I assure you, the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest. So the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of the ferocious beast's rampage. Mr. Sholmes' deductions turned out to be correct once again. It can only be described as a great British wonder. I tell you, it was total carnage, flames everywhere, and the old stick in full fettle. Fettle? Out of interest, what time of day was that? Not sure I can remember. It was 2 days ago now. Let me see. Around 5 o'clock, I think. It's creeping up on me. I'm not gonna let it. So at exactly the same time, as a terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window in the street below. Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you. The whole blighty could have been flattened outside of my window at that moment, and I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing. Oh, really? Disappointment. Can we just hurry up and get to court? What happened? Mr. Sholmes? Yes, Mr. Naruhodo, what can I do for you? Well, I think we've got to the bottom of Mr. Garadeb's situation now. But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances? I can't help you there, I'm afraid. What? My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired army man had been hiding something, I could not be sure whether his secret would prove to be of relevance or not. I just knew you were going to say that. No, Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one of only two categories, those relevant to the case and those not. That makes no sense to me. Well, no matter. It is of a far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Sorry? The visiting hours at the prison will soon be over. Oh no, is it that time already? If we're to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have official paperwork to attend to. So that's it. No more time to think. Perhaps you'd like to betake yourselves into to bidding us farewell now. I must prepare supper for Mr. Garadeb. Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Thank you both very much for your time. Sasaki-san will be waiting for us. And I'm going to have to give him an answer. Well, I guess we're done here. Actually, hold on. Let me look a little bit more. That's not what I meant to click. Yo, hybrid! 11 months at tier 3. Well, I don't know if you were at tier 3 that whole time, but thank you for resubbing at tier 3. 1 more month. And I give you your funny little VIP. Little pink diamond. No, not the whole time. I didn't think so, but thank you for resubbing at tier 3. Woo! Woo! I appreciate your support. Thank you very much. Yes. What a miserable sight. Oh dear, but at least the whole room wasn't engulfed in flames. I suppose so. But my whole collection went up in smoke, you know. All those novels I adored so much. I love how he doesn't have an upper lip. I wonder what happened to it. Well, John, whose fault is that? Not mine, that's for sure. Well, whoever may or may not be to blame. I'm quite sure you can buy some new old books to replace them, can't you? Pickle. New old books, bally nonsense. It does sound like a contradiction in terms. Pickle, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you standing like that? His legs were apart. Anyway, that was a weird position for him to stand in. He came in and then he left. Come here. Puppy. Puppy, come here. Fine, I don't want you. I do want you to die. He won't even look at me. But then these two are full of contradictions. That couple's being Mr. Naruhodo. Or so I've been led to believe. I love him! Except wasn't he stinky? Okay. Oh my god, that's horrifying. Eh? That's not the prison. It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. We must hurry back to the prison. Yes, I know. Let's heal a kid. Oh. What's the matter? It looks like something's going on over there in front of the Garadib's house. Who's this clown? I didn't say that as I got rated, did I? I think I did. Welcome! I don't know how to say your name. Hey, rabbit. Thank you for the raid. What is shum? Welcome, everybody. I did. Oh, man. Mr. Insecure. I almost said Rinsecure. What is it? What is it with me? I don't know how to read. Shum? Is shum a sound effect? It reminds me of the swing from Hunter x Hunter. It's a thing. What? But I played Control. Oh, never mind. I know what y'all are talking about. Okay. Well, welcome everybody. My name is Hanayome Kamakiri. I am an Orchid Mantis VTuber. We are playing the Great Ace Attorney. And literally, as y'all rated, this court jester showed up. I do not know who this is. And, just so you know, I am in about, I think, episode 4. So if you do not want to be spoiled, thank you for coming along with the raid, but I would recommend you head on out so you can play this for the first time with your own experience. It's hey, Mr. Rabbit. Oh, okay. I'm like, hey, Rabbit. He does, but I kind of like him. He's got pink. Ain't no bug who ever wore pink was bad. And I'm sticking by that. Anyway. Let me continue. I know thee not, old man, fall to thy prayers. Who's Bye-bye? This man looks like he's complained his way into first-class airplane upgrades. At least once. Do you not know who I am? Yeah, probably. Thank you for the bits. Who are you calling an old man, you rum-looking ninny? Nimini-pimini. Nimini-pinini. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Dracon, thank you for the follow. Ew, look at his chin. Why do they both have weird chins? Who is this Horatio fellow, eh? What are you on about? No, he said Jiminy Himiny or something. Excuse me. What the? Who are you now? I'm sorry, it just looked as though there might be some problem here. And my associate here, Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, is a lawyer, you see. Yeah, a lawyer? What? If I can be of any assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I have studied English law. What a mighty mandible. Yeah. Fine, I'll be on me way for today, but you mark my words. This ain't over yet! What is this pose? Is he like a delivery boy? Get thee to a nunnery. Did he say go back home to your mama? Do I look like a blooming nun to you? Oh, okay, okay. Get fee to a nunnery. In Japan, they must believe the British men tend towards underbites. 3 of the characters introduced so far have them. Oh, maybe. Maybe, a common English stereotypes are just like, you know, looking down at you from under their nose. Their chins are huge. I don't know. I don't know what English stereotypes are. Okay, English, I take a drink. English. Oh, Jesus Christ, Asher. Okay, now you had 2 names, Asher. It's Shinso and English, apparently. What the fuck? I don't know. Do you have your thermos? Yeah, I got it from Shinso, the other one. I hope you're not injured. Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle. Thank you. This guy's so extra, but I feel like he can't be bad. I don't know. If he's like the villain here, I'm gonna be very sad. He kind of reminds me of like... Anybody ever watch like Oran? High School Host Club? He kind of reminds me of Tamaki. And I just called you English. Does that count? What was that all about? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. Again? I'm not Horatio either. Forgive the inquiry, sir, but... Can we go to the prison? Are we short on time? Are you a lodger here in the Garida residence? Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode. Mr. Garrett mentioned that he had another lodger, didn't he? This must be the man. He's just so fun. I love him. What do you call that style? I don't think Bishonen's the right word, but he's got that shoujo style, like, eyes for pretty boys. Anyway, I don't know how to word it. Maybe Bishonen is the right one. Giga! Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor? The Hana type? No, he's kind of too, like, froipy. I don't think that's a word. I don't really like, you know, the curly hair thing going on. I just think he's a fun character. You want to throw a beanbag in his mouth? Will it fit? Yes, a gentleman named Natsume. Oh, more worthy a polemist in my battle of words ne'er there be. Sorry? Maybe they like to talk to each other because they both like books or something. Or stories. Sorry? Battle, did you say? Who is the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? Mr. Natsume and I sparred long into the night. I see. I don't fully understand, but it seems Mr. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances at least. So, fair maiden, so good gentlemen. I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well! Goodbye. I'll miss you. I didn't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room. It seems he's unaware of what's happened to Mr. Natsume, so he can't really help us. Oh, that's not fucking Susato saying that. With Soseki's son and that man at Lodgers, the Garridev house is... Lodgers? I don't think... Oh, as Lodgers. I thought you said at Lodgers, which for some reason made me think they were fighting. The Garridev house is certainly full of eccentrics. Also, I love the buildings in the background, like that really tall tower, just like actually like way in the background. It just, compared to these buildings at the front, which looks relatively 3D, it just literally looks like a flat image. Anyway, I'll go find a carriage. Yes, I'm sure Mr. Natsume is eagerly... Yeah. Let's hope we can get to the prison before visiting hours are over. A frop. A fop? I think this might be what they call a fop. Unless that was actually some terrible... Oh! Oh! I hope not. Whoa! Look at him. Hi. Oh, it's you. You're here. You came. Lockup student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. I can't believe you came back. I'm so touched. Oh. What does the word mean then? We're so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume. No. Think nothing of it. Relax. If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such fine compatriots. Noble, nurturing, never failing Nipponese! No, now let's not get carried away. Oh, I quite agree. Who's talking? There's nothing more reassuring than the familiar of one's native land. On the other hand, who's talking? Oh, fucking... Where'd he come from? I bet he was, like, crawling on the ground behind us like a dog. Like, just to stay out of, like, our field of view. It is through friendship transcending international borders that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief, at least. It's you! The miserable rotten spy! The Hairlock Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing here? Oh, okay. Okay, that, I think that is... Maybe, I said froppy or something, didn't I? Maybe I knew the actual word, but didn't quite know it. So maybe, I don't know. I have no intention of doing anything per se, save observing, of course. What do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Well, having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decide I should drop in on my way home to see how our divested friend is faring. Gloomful room. At least your accommodations here offers a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is the superior option. Anyway, I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight, and cost me not a penny. Ah! You! How dare you! Airlock Sholmes! He's so pissed. I would be too, honestly. Ugh. I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake. Haunted by spirits in the accursed lodgings. No doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. My whole life is bedamned! Bedamned? Bedazzled? Bejeweled? Anyway. What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo? I'm thinking I'm sick of this! Let's go to court already! Oh yeah, where she's just kind of like, I love that too. He mentioned that once before, didn't he? That his lodgings were cursed, I mean. And there's much truth in Mr. Mustache's words. Mr. Mustache, what? Cursed is a wholly appropriate description, I would say. For the man's lodgings and indeed for tomorrow's trial. What's that supposed to mean? What's up, sir? This music. Mr. Natsume, what did you mean by what you just said now? Or said just now? I don't know what I don't know what it actually said. About the trial tomorrow being cursed. Oh no, why are you looking so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away, that's all. I didn't mean anything by it. Oh, I see. That's really agitated him. You don't mean the trial really is cursed somehow? Yes, Sholmes, what do you got to say? Are you referring to the prosecutor, the Reaper, the Bailey? The Reaper? Oh no, what do you mean? Please tell me, summarize it succinctly? Sussy? Succinctly. In 16 salient words! I don't know what that word was. No defendant has ever survived a trial in which the Reaper stands for the prosecution. Ever. Salient? How? What? it looked like it was spelled like succulent. Jesus, Asher. Succinctly? Succinctly. Yeah? Gabe, when you're... Is it succinctly or succinctly, like what Gabe spelled out? Gabe, whenever you try and spell out a word like that, you don't put... you put how it's pronounced, not how it's spelled. Effective. Succinctly, okay. Oh my goodness! Can it really be true? That was 16 words exactly! Yesterday, Mr. Naruhodo successfully defended someone against the Reaper. But then, after the trial was over, the defendant passed away in unusual circumstances. It's not unusual. Something is definitely well, I don't know if we were told that he literally died in a fire when the evidence was set on fire. Like, he was inside of it. Some bug put him there. What? It's English, just invent something. Okay, I'm gonna invent a new word. It's gonna be... Gabagoo. I am impressed, Miss Susato. You have an eye for detail. Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us. Ignore the sounds you're hearing right now, okay? Mr. Home. Surely it can't be that. Having failed to have the accuser convicted. There's no way he killed the man himself. Oh no, he couldn't have, surely. I know how to pronounce almonds. Oh yeah, say it right now. Pronounce it. Let's hear you. Wahaha! You have some wonderful notions. Sorry? You're saying it wrong. I don't know how you're pronouncing almond like Australia, but you are. What on earth do you mean by that? The Reaper of the Bailey. Van Zeeks is a quite exceptional man. However, in London courts of law, exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception. That's good. Saseki-san looks like he's going to cry tears of joy. As you are no doubt aware, in a British criminal trial, there is both a judge and a jury. The judge officiates based on the letter of the law, whilst the jury offers public opinion and common sense. It is an excellent system, whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view. However, public opinion, in particular, is somewhat easily manipulated. Right. Criminals and corrupt lawyers, for that matter, can use it to their advantage. By any means at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling imposters as witnesses, and so on. By such underhand means, those who would want to are able to sway the jury. Which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail. But it means the wrong verdict can be passed. And sadly, it sadly is from time to time, my dear madame. It is simply the reality of the situation. And that's alright. However, those indicted by Lord Van Zeeks cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed. Almond is an anagram of old man. What? Where? Oh. I see. For some reason, I was like, no, it's not. There's no O in almond, and my... I was reading anagram thinking that was almond. Yeah. Oh, my. Hey, have y'all seen my cool armband? How the education may see them leave the courtroom with their freedom. Within months, they all disappear. It is... Y'all didn't hear that, did you? Perhaps not. It is most striking. Disappear! Okay, good. But how? By all manner of misfortunes, sir. Perhaps they were trampled under a passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. If you say you do not perceive, it makes me think that you did hear it. And...
I need the answer.
If you heard it, I can hear it right now. Remove it from your ears. Perhaps they are suddenly overcome by a raging fever, or perhaps attacked by a highwayman. A highwayman? Those damn bandits. Oh, no, no, no. All examples of the reality of events here in London, I'm afraid, Mr. Naruhodo. A bastard is actually deaf, and I just didn't know it. And then I just feel bad because I haven't had my closed captions in a while. I knew it. I said Dodo done for doomed! Rest in peace. I pray for you. When you said accursed lodgings before, you were referring to your room at Mr. Garrideb's house, I assume? Do you mean to say believe the place is cursed? I'm sorry, I don't know what I did that. It's been a year now since I came to Great Britain. But I'd only been in London a week before I started to notice strange feelings in myself. Oh my god, he's hitting puberty. Better late than never. That didn't take long then. Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. I was sure people were talking about me. I started to become nervous about going outside. They were always staring at me, all the time, from dawn till dusk. So I shut myself away in that room, but even that didn't help. The fear wouldn't go away. You must have been very lonely, having been away from your homeland for such a long time. I had to move a number of times, most recently to the room on Briar Road a week ago now. Yes, why did you choose there? It seemed a little inconvenient. The rent is cheap. I have so little money, it appealed to me straight away. Of course, I asked why it was so affordable. The landlord just simpered and said, "The room is cursed." Oops. He quickly tried to cover his mistake, but it was too late. So I told him, "If you have something to say, then say it. But if not, don't mention it in the first place." You're kinda right. Yes. Well said. But it was true. It was all true. You mean the room really is cursed then? Ever since I moved in that windowless hellhole, my sleep has been plagued with nightmares. I awake feeling as though I've been choked to death. And in my waking hours, people are stabbed in front of me as I walk down the street. I'm Brenda the Killer, thrown into prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scary, sinister spirits. Do you think the whole haunted is actually just the cat? If only there was someone, just one person on my side. Can no one find it in his or her heart to believe me? Really? No one at all? To believe. Yes, to believe. I went to pizza. Should I get pizza today, everybody? Mr. Sholmes. Ah, me, Mr. Naruhodo. Pray, what can I do for you? It's about the case on the SS Bureau, if you recall. The Bureau. Ah, that case. The one with the snake? He just keeps remembering as with the snake. Well, yes. At that time, I was the suspect, but you believed me in listening to my side of the story. And you helped us to investigate. I wonder what I should get. I did I? Interesting. What I want to know is, why? Why did you believe me? I see, yes, you mean. Because you were a grimly dressed, shady Eastern fellow found with a victim in a locked room? Well, if you like, yes. Look at his eye twitching. Poor guy. I'm a little surprised by that the answer requires explanation, my dear fellow. It's quite simple, really. You said I didn't do it. But I could have been lying. Hi, Lan! How are you? Welcome back! Surely you must have had your doubts. You must have suspected me a little. No, that's what the handcuffs were for. One sec. I think perhaps you have misunderstood. I neither recall believing in you, nor in that, which you were telling me. What? You see, the only things I believe in are those I choose to believe in. That's kind of a dangerous mindset. Okay. I don't care what the facts are, I don't believe in them. Sorry. What do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? I make up my own mind about what is to be believed and what is not. If I should like to believe in something, I do. The circumstances can hang as far as I'm concerned. But I could have betrayed your trust. Wahaha! In that case, I should have made an elementary error of judgment, nothing more. Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse, in my opinion. Meaning? Whether or not one should trust another is, in the final analysis, down to oneself. It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself. Yes, he's right. He's right! Look, I'm student Mr. Naruhodo, Esquire! Whether or not I can believe myself. Kazuma! I miss him. A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself. Kazuma! You were so right, Kazuma. I still thought his death for the longest time was just like a prank. Getting pranked, bro. Why did that sound effect pop up? Well, my dear fellows, it is time we were leaving, I believe. Alrighty. Visiting hours are over. The guard will be here shortly to escort us out. There is a restaurant near here that serves excellent trout. Would you care to join me? Oh, dinner date with Sholmes, let's go! Oh dear, there's never enough time, is there? Poor Soseki, he's waiting to hear from them. He's waiting for an answer. Mr. Natsume, if you'd like, in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you. Oh, Susanoo, what's with that face? Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. As I said, I only experienced a British courtroom for the first time yesterday. And although the man I represented was found not guilty, I lost sight of something crucial. Something crucial? I thought it was literally just gonna be like, Kazuma popping back up and be like, I knew it, Naruhodo, I knew you could do it. How disappointing. What to believe in, the defendant, justice, or the truth. How to believe, even. But I think I've finally worked it out. I've decided I must believe in myself above all else, to trust my instincts. Yes, Mr. Naruhodo. And my instincts are telling me that you, Mr. Natsume, are innocent of this crime. And it's imperative that we prove that in court. Mr. Lookup Student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. That whole title. I will fight for your inconvenience until the bitter end, with every weapon available to me. So I hope you'll permit me to represent you tomorrow. As I said when we first met, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue. Of course, Mr. Natsume. It would be fair to say, Mr. Naruhodo, that your mind was, in many ways, made up from the outset. You merely need the events of today to fully realize it. Yes, I think you're right about that. It's been a roundabout journey, but I got here in the end. I like that. Mr. Sato. Yes? Would you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court? Absolutely. Is having an assistant as a lawyer like a real thing? I don't think I ever really looked at, like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever really, like, actually looked at a courtroom. As I said this morning, you may consider me your personal judicial assistant. A judicial assistant, is that real? Why is Discord closed? There's a lot of bots going around right now. In which case, they joined some bug's Discord and then posted a bunch of, like, extremely disturbing imagery. And so we have that. I have it closed right now until all this calms down. Paralegal? I don't know what a paralegal is. I don't even have one. These shocking events of yesterday's trial still weigh heavily on my mind. That was a good one, right? That was a good one. When it's time to stop looking backwards. Kazuma believed in me, and Mr. Sholmes believes in me now too. Another stream I saw earlier had 8 bots instant follow the moment they were live. God, yeah. I got some follows earlier before my raids, and it was literally 2 bots. So it's time. Time that I learned to believe in myself. Soseki-san has no one. He's all alone. So it's my job to help him, to fight his corner. Tomorrow, in the courtroom. With all the strength I can muster. We finished the chapter. Yes, thank you for that. I saw your work. Thank you very much. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and save. Beep, 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 beep. We're finally at the trial part. Holy crap. Let's go! Woo! Well, I never expected this. Who'd have thought we'd be back here again so soon? They're on a study tour of Great Britain with the intention of learning the country's legal practices. In order to research the latest court proceedings here, we need as much court experience as possible. Well, yes, I suppose that's true, but for the person in the dock, it may well be his or her one and only time in court. And it could be life-changing. In which case, treating it as research may seem a little crass. Oh, when you put it like that, you're quite right. Good morning! Ah, Mr. Natsume, good morning. This poor guy. Oh dear, are you alright? Your eyes are terribly bloodshot. The early bird catches the worm, as they say here in Britain. Yes, I've heard that expression. I really don't want to catch a worm. So I tried desperately not to wake up early, but I was so worried I couldn't catch a wink. And now I'm absolutely exhausted as a result. For some reason, I couldn't fall asleep last night when I went to bed at 4 a.m. And I remember being woken up at like 8, and I was like, ugh! Anyway. And now I'm absolutely exhausted as a result. Did I settle my tummy? Yeah, but it took more antacids than normal. It was weird. Do all literary people take things so literally? Thank you for putting your faith in us today, Mr. Natsume. I wish I had 9 lives. My whole future hangs in the balance. I'm too terrified to tremble. Well, really? Because I can feel tremors on the floor. I can't do this. I can't take it. Although, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Yes? I caught a glimpse of the public gallery as I walked by the courtroom. It looked like the opening night of the opera. There were so many people. I had no idea my case was such a notorious affair here in London. Oh, neither did I. Do you know why that might be, Mr. Sato? I'm sorry, Mr. Naruhodo, but I have no idea. So that all-knowing look in your face is just a coincidence, is it? I love her. Don't hide the truth from me. It's because of the Reaper, isn't it? Oh, well, I mean, I think you're right, actually. Lord Van Zeeks? Is that right, Mrs. Sato? I purchased as many different newspapers as I could this morning, and yes, Lord Van Zeeks is on the front page of every one. I knew it. Sometime after the prosecutor was dubbed the Reaper of the Bailey, he stopped appearing in court, it seems. It's been several years now, in fact, until the day before yesterday. Yes, Inspector Gregson told us something similar, didn't he? Well, we already knew he was going to be the prosecutor, right? The trial 2 days ago marked Lord Van Zeek's return in the courtroom after a very long hiatus. The trial of Magnus McGilden. Ugh, what a harrowing experience that was. I believe that appearance made even greater waves here in the capital than today's. But we wouldn't have realized, of course, having only just arrived in the country. Why is the Reaper back in the Bailey so soon, for what appears to be a mundane murder? That's the question the papers are asking, and they're all speculating various answers. Mundane! Mundane! It's the most significant— Wait, she wasn't murdered, though. She lived. So why— what? It's the most significant saga of the century to some of us. Oh dear, I meant no offense, Mr. Natsume, but that is how the papers are describing it. Well, lest we also forget the fact that it could spark an international incident. Is it international or internal? Obviously, the reappearance of this infamous prosecutor has caught people's attention. But there's another blatantly similarity with the trial of 2 days ago. Yes, I agree. Locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. It's you! Me? Well, I suppose that's true. Both times it is you who stands against this legendary prosecutor. It can only mean that you're friends with the Reaper! Please, I don't rub shoulders with Deathbringers. What? Drancon, I already forgot what you're talking about. I'm afraid that there's really only one other explanation. I don't know. It can only be another example, Mr. Naruhodo, of your uncommon bad luck. Thanks for that. Oh, this is just my luck. Why must I be represented by a man with such frail fortune? By the least lucky lawyer alive! My friend died, you know. Well, let's not forget that it was you, Mr. Natsume, who asked me to represent you. Yes, it's true that I'm just a student new to London with little in the way of experience or skills or luck. But I promise you this. I will fight your corner until the bitter end. And I will believe in you, Mr. Natsume. Oh, benevolent locum student, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. You're not alone here with us, Mr. Natsume. Whatever happens, we will always be on your side. Oh, benevolent non-locum assistant, Miss Mikotoba Esquires. I am in your debt forever! I shall never forget this great kindness for as long as I live! Mr. Natsume! Counsel for the defense! Hold on. The court session is about to begin! Kindly make your way to the courtroom at once! Okay, there we go. Alright then, Mr. Natsume, it's time. Let's go. Yes! Alright, this is it. My second appearance in a British courtroom. And my second trial against the Reaper. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because this time, I won't let my faith waver. I'll believe in my client to the last. Just like you believed in me. I believe I can do this now. I'm ready for this fight. Alright, finally the bank. It's surprising that they were able to clean up all the fire and stuff. In just one day. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I now call upon the counsel for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. The prosecutor is fully prepared, my lord. The defense is ready, my lord. The Nipponese are a truly fascinating breed. Sorry, what? Lord Strongheart has told me all about you. That you are a student who arrived in London but 2 days ago, a mere amateur. Do you have a point? Being a compatriot, you feel compelled to try to help the accused, I suppose. Typical Nipponese arrogance. Forgive me, but I do not believe arrogance is an appropriate description. Sasaro-san. After all, at our previous encounter, the defendant was found to be innocent. Ooh, take that. He's already got the wine out. The trial hasn't even started yet. Very true, and a most fascinating, if dark trial, it was too. The tragic conclusion came later, of course. He knows, he knows. Here's to the acquitted and his unfortunate violent end. Alright, one sec, let me correct myself. Ugh. Thank you, counsels. I see both sides are in a fine fettle. I don't know what fettle means, but I guess so. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are you ready to carry out your duties here in court as impartial members of the public? Alright, let's see who this shitty jury is. Wait a minute, wait. Wasn't that guy from last time? Wasn't he in last? Wait, can you do this? Are you allowed to do that? Put a witness from the previous trial as part of the jury in the next one? You never know when you might be down on your luck, but I believe in fair play for everyone. Oh, look at this lady. Look at her lips. Well, I must warn you, I'm rather more ruthless than I appear. This guy kind of looks like that Hatter, but he's not really. Oh, well, not me. What you see is what you get. I'm a peace-loving fellow. What is she doing here? What? This is... I'm afraid to say, I think it's quite possible that mustache foreigner did the deed. Oh, look at this guy. Look at those lips. Those big, luscious lips. Come on, what are we waiting for? No doubt he did it anyway. Oh, why is it always an old person at the end? Sorry, didn't quite catch that. Very well, let us proceed. Your opening statement, if you please, Lord Van Zeeks. Sephiroth? This guy? Hold on. Very recently, Great Britain signed an alliance with a rising power in the Far East. The accused in the dock today is a student from that same land, a certain Mr. Soseki Natsume. And while our country has extended this foreign student the warmest of welcomes, regrettably, the kindness has not been returned. In fact, the student is accused of a most sinister act. Plunging a knife into the back of an innocent woman who was doing nothing but walking down the street. A knife crime, I tell you from bitter experience, those are the worst bloody oath they are. Just look at that sallow complexion and short stature. He's one of those dreadful Japanese. What is with all the racism? Come on, let's get this over with me now, everyone. 1, 2, 3. He's just trying to make him guilty already. Ah, yes, knife crimes. The good old knifing. Sorry, didn't quite catch that. So the court hasn't even started the trial yet, and like you already threw your it's like England. I see. Pray forgive the discourtesy of smashing my hallowed chalice here in this great chamber. Just get another one. Now you gotta pull it out of fucking nowhere. Allow me to call the first witness to the stand. Very well. Bailiff, lead the inspector in, please. The inspector. You got his food here, too? Aren't knives illegal in the UK? You can't have any weapon now? I don't know weapons. I don't know anything about the UK. Your name and occupation, please. No, he's got fish and chips. Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson. Yeah, I said Tobias right. I don't know why I was thinking his name was Tobias. Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard. Would you please summarize the events of the case of the court, Inspector? Look at it, baby. The victim is thought to be a young woman in her 20s by the name of Olive Green. I beg your pardon, Inspector. Thought to be? Yes, having been stabbed in the back by her attacker's knife, the victim fell unconscious. That was 3 days ago now, and she's been comatose ever since. What? So they don't even know who she is for sure? Comatose, I see. But her life is not in danger. Fortunately, for the Eastern student, the charge will not be murder. Pray, elaborate on the details, Inspector. Did you miss? Well, I mean, we did know that she hadn't woken up, and we knew that yesterday when we found out about everything. Sir, even if I could ask everyone to look at the street map. Or if I could, not even if I could. Okay. As I mentioned, the incident took place 3 days ago at around 5 in the afternoon. Aldrich, thank you for hosting. It happened on the pavement, running alongside Briar Road, a wide thoroughfare for horse-drawn carriages. Or vehicles, fuck. It had not long since stopped snowing as the victim, Miss Green, was walking down the street. Out of the blue, she was approached from behind by the accused and stabbed in the back. Great ace brain damage. Yeah. Luckily, the young lady's life was spared, and she's currently being treated in one of the city's hospitals. But being unconscious as she is, we've been unable to take a statement from her, of course. This is the case file with everything we know about the victim so far. Thank you, Inspector. The court will accept the documents as evidence, if you please. Okay. What of the weapon that was used? Well, hold on. Let me look at the report. A young woman rendered unconscious following a stab wound in the back. Olive green, female, stout build, early 20s. The victim remains unconscious. Her name was gleaned from her personal effects. Other details are unknown, apart from a single stab wound and a large knife, no other signs of injury. Yes, yeah, you are here. Yes, that's a lady. I can actually break out the Hanayome fact book, and as such, Hanayome fact of the day. Did you know Hanayome has trained with over 30 different fictional detectives? People such as Batman, Sherlock Holmes, Detective Chimp, Hercule Poirot? Truly, this mantis is an ace investigator. He's right, you know. Master Detective Hanayome Kamakiri at the scene. Meanwhile, I can't detect where the B button is. Oh my god. What of the weapon that was used? Sir, I have that here. It was removed from the victim's back. Gosh, that big thing is starting to make me scared for walking down the street now. With a heavy blade like that, almost anybody would have been able to stab the poor woman. Even the scragged-looking Soseki-san, I suppose. A common or garden jackknife, I would say. Jackknife! Jackknife dragon? Buddy fight? I want to watch Buddy fight now. I would say rather nondescript. Thank you, Inspector. The court accepts the blade as evidence. The jackknife. Jackknife! Jackknife dragon? Now then, what do we know of the motive? Money or valuables, I presume. Oh, hold that thought. I want to look at the jackknife. Open sesame. Thank you very much. It's blunt. The heck? Oh, look here, Mr. Naruhodo. Just at the tip. A small piece of the blade appears to be missing. You're right. Well spotted, Mrs. Sato. I wonder what could have happened to it. I wonder if it broke off. In her. You don't think it could still be lodged in the victim, do you? Oh dear. I do hope not. That sounds terribly painful. Oh. I hope not. What else is there to look at? Is that it? Yeah, ooh-wee! Is that all? I guess so. Okay. No, let me out! God damn it. Where's the blood? Apparently she was like heavily clothed too, so. From what we can tell by looking at the woman's possessions, it seems like she's a poor student herself. Hard to imagine she would have anything much worth pinching, my lord. I see. Well, in that case, we are looking at some deep-seated resentment toward the victim. I'm afraid I couldn't say. Apart from visiting second-hand bookshops, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, doesn't appear to get out much. At this moment in time, we haven't been able to establish any sort of connection between him and the victim. Yes! No, because the last murder weapon wasn't cleaned. The last stabbing weapon, I guess, had blood on it. If theft and grievance have been ruled out as the motive, what reason could Mr. Natsume possibly have for stabbing the young woman? Yet you arrested the man in spite of that, in a totally unjustified and heavy-handed way.
Objection!
Objection! What a way taste. Pray forgive the objection. Throws your cup across the fucking courtroom. Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging a freshly uncorked bottle in the public gallery. But your words have soured its hallowed bouquet. For it is you, my learned friend, who is being heavy-handed here. What? Scotland Yard does not arrest people without good cause. That should be beyond question. How uncouth. Inspector Gregson, the prosecution calls for your formal testimony. Explain to the court precisely why the constabulary came to arrest the Nipponese student. Yes, sir. Alright, testimony time. As I said, it was 5 o'clock in the afternoon when the incident occurred, and there was an unusually light fog. Visibility was reasonably good, and there was no one else about but the victim and the accused. Out of the blue, the victim was stabbed from behind and subsequently collapsed on the pavement. The accused ran off, scattering his belongings all over the floor. Those being a number of old books he just bought, he was on his way from a bookshop, it seems. It was just a matter of working out who the books belonged to, and we found the bloke to arrest him. Old books, you say? Yes, my lord, I have a photograph here of the scene of the crime taken immediately after the incident. Ah, yes, I can clearly see the books to which you are referring. Well then, why didn't they take the books? Wait, I'm so dumb. I will take that photograph print as evidence, please, Inspector. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, she fucking did. You Nipponese are a spineless breed, too cowardly to admit defeat. Denying everything despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. Well, forgive me, Lord Van Seeks, but the defendant is not denying everything, as you put it. What are you doing, Mr. Sato? Do go on. He wants us to go on with this courtroom drama. Mr. Natsume has admitted to playing some part in the incident. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Well, now that you mention it, when we visited him in the prison yesterday, he did tell us that all that had happened. As I was walking along that accursed pavement, I could not make out I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman wearing a green overcoat she was. Overcoat. Is that one wearing an overcoat? Oh, okay, yeah, it is. And just as I went to overtake her... Oh my fucking god, she fucking did. She suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed onto the cold hard slabs of stone at my feet. I was terrified I had to get away from there. So I ran as fast as my legs could carry me back to my accursed lodgings. A green overcoat. Well, that's exactly what the woman in the print is wearing. Slap. Oh my, a photographic print in full color. What will the world come up with next? The defendant has done nothing more than admit he fled the scene of a terrifying incident. That does not mean that he's guilty of the heinous crime of stabbing the woman in the back. He's just a fearful man. There was nobody else there at the time, just the two of them, the victim and the accused. In other words, there is nobody else who could possibly have stabbed the woman. A fact that the accused concedes. Ugh. Bah! It seems this cross-examination could prove to be pivotable. Appa. Proceed, please. Okie dokie. Yes, my lord. Nothing for it. I have to use this cross-examination to turn the tables here. It's our only chance. Pivotable. Okay. I took my headset off and now it's obvious to me just like how loud I speak. Why am I yelling? Press.
Hold it!
Hold it! A light fog, you say? Well, a light for London. You could see the opposite side of the street for once. I love how pathetic the gavel noise is for Ace and the other guys. It's like bang, pow, pow. And then it's just... That's just the gavel sound in this game. Not much farther, though. That's light, is it? Around these parts, yes, not something I'd expect a Japanese fellow like yourself to know, of course. I've read that London is famous for its fog. But in my country, people usually imagine that gives the city a rather beautiful appearance. How quaint. Yes, well, it's not something us Londoners tend to romanticize, as I expect you can appreciate. I see. At this time of the year, the fog causes a large number of accidents, especially when it's heavy. Sometimes you can't even see your own hand at the end of your arm. Indeed, the other day I was very near trampled by horses before I could see the carriage they were pulling. Susato and I should definitely remember to stop, look, and listen. My hands are as heavy as a sledgehammer, while your gavel is made of hollow wood. Interesting. What a statement. Bravo. However, on the day that it concerns us, the fog was somewhat lighter than usual. A fact no doubt lamented by the accused. Bum, 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 bum. Hold it! You watch your mouth. How are you able to state that with any certainty? Quite simply, my learned friend. I didn't even read what he said because that is what the witnesses to this crime have told us. Yes, Inspector Gregson mentioned the witnesses yesterday, didn't he? That's right. One of them is a policeman, I believe, from Scotland Yard. Yeps. That is correct, ma'am. The wet slaps. We must hear their testimony. The prosecution will, of course, call them to the stand, should it be necessary. But wait a minute. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the middle of winter, it would have been dark already. No matter how light the fog might have been, no one could have seen. I'm unaware of the situation on your tiny island in the east. But here in the capital city of Great Britain, all the main roads are illuminated in the night by gas streetlights. Bancho Lilymon! Oh. Did you post her? Bancho Lilymon? No. Okay. Okay. The witnesses that were there to see the murder that there were only 2 people around for. I know, exactly, right? That's what I keep thinking too. I was like, how is it that there was only 2 people around, but yet we're also witnesses? That means there was more than 2 people around, y'all fucking idiots. The prosecution believes there would have been ample light by which to witness the crime. Quite here in London, for the first time in history, mankind has completely conquered the darkness. And the fog people. Which means we really need to hear those witness statements. If I could just get through the fog of this cross-examination, maybe we'll be able to. It seems the counsel for the defense is taking stock. Continue with your testimony, Inspector. Hold it! Hold it! Hold it. From behind, you say? That's right. As you can see from this print. How have they been, them and their fog houses? Ah yes, the fog people. Yes, quite so, Inspector. The handle of the weapon is clearly protruding from the victim's back. And you say this poor woman, Miss Green, remains in critical condition, comatose no less. She would have been stabbed in what, a lung? I'm afraid so, my lord, yes. She has been being treated at Bart's. Bart's! I was hopeful that she'd come round before the trial started so I could take a statement, but it wasn't to be. BRBK. Yes, that is indeed a pity. It would have been most illuminating to hear the victim's own account of events. Luck is on your client's side, it seems. I don't know about that. On the contrary, my client has been exceedingly unlucky. Your force of tone is seriously undermined by those undisturbingly wide eyes, I'm afraid. I love Naruhodo. He's so funny. Hold it! There's so much! Hurry up! Mr. Natsume's belongings? I think you'll find it's all there in the photographic print of the crime scene. Yes, the 3 books on the floor. That's right, my lord. Second-hand books, they were irreparably damaged after falling in the snow, of course. Bam, 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 bam. The accused could easily have carried all 3 books in one hand, which means his other hand would have been free to wield a knife, for example. He's very clever, isn't he? We're gonna have to silence him. What do you mean? He's made it extremely hard for you to assert that Mr. Natsume had his hands full with his books. He managed to close the one avenue of escape we might have had before we even knew it was there. Whoops. You mean to say that the defendant was holding his belongings as he thrust the knife into the woman's back? That must be what happened, my lord. Yes. Do 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 do. Hold it! The defendant apparently visits a secondhand bookshop on a daily basis. Yes, so I understand. Hold on again. It doesn't show an estimated time. Oh, here we go. That's gonna be important, I bet. We need to find out what the names of these books are. A shop full of old English literature. I commend the accused on the lofty subject matter of this scholarly attention. Now, the 4:45 was the time on the receipt. I'm talking about the time on the incident report. The bloke's room was stacked floor to ceiling with the musty old books. Can you tell us more about the bookshop in question, please, Inspector? Well, if I must, I'll have to ask you to look at the street map again, I'm afraid. The closest secondhand bookshop to the accused's lodgings in the place here, Bourbon Books. A little place on the corner of Briar Road and Mearsham Street. As it happens, the accused is currently living in the lodgings on the other side of the Briar Road at the opposite end, which means it doesn't take a genius to work out the route he would have taken home. Something like this. Thank you very much. Bam, 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 bam. Yes, I concur with your conclusion, Inspector. The defendant would certainly have passed the scene of the crime on his way home from that particular shop. Mr. Naruhodo, I think that what the inspector just told us could turn out to be of vital importance. Yes, I agree. The most important... I mean, maybe he did. Bam bam, bam bam, bam bam. It's either the location or it's the stock. But I feel like I might be thinking too much into it. But let's try the stock. I often think, Inspector, that what really makes for a good bookshop is the quality of the books they stock. Yes, I think I'd agree with that. For example, you go to a shop, you buy a serialized set of novels. But when you return home, you find, to your horror, that the 3rd volume is missing. I don't know what I just did. I have a feeling that's not what I clicked. Meant to click, or I should have clicked. Doesn't bear thinking about. It's just the sort of thing that really gets my goat. Exactly, that is the point I was trying to make. Well, now that you two have found common ground in this fascinating scenario, perhaps we might continue with the cross-examination, if you're quite finished. My Lily Pony's friend. Yes! Wait, what just happened? Yeah, I definitely was. What just happened, Mr. Naruhodo, was that you allowed yourself to be sidetracked. I would strongly advise that you look carefully at the court record at this stage. Yes, miss, at once, miss. Sorry, I made a mistake, miss. We need to go back to that one. Just in case. Let's look at the thing again, the map. Right. Wait, where is this map? Oh, here it is. Barbin. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Anyway, I was thinking that since Naruhodo mentioned that fog is like something to be romanticized, and this guy is a novelist and a poet, that perhaps he went a different direction, in fact, so he could look at the fog and stuff. Bang, bang, bang. Check the receipt again. Oh yeah, where was this purchased? Your books. It wasn't purchased at that bookshop. Oh. Hold on.
Hold it!
That's not the right bookshop. Hold on. Eek. Oh, there's an auto button. Hurry up. Hurry up. Let's get to the funny stuff again. I don't think that's relevant at all, honestly. I probably just had to continue. Dun 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 bang bang bang. The bookshop's name. Let's try that. Inspector Gregson, may I ask you a favor? What? What? Would you kindly add the name of the bookshop to your formal testimony, please? I believe it may be of vital importance. Maybe. Oh, well, you know. I mean, yes. It could be a very important clue. Very well, not that I can see it of being any great significance. But please revise your testimony accordingly, Inspector. Yes, sir, my lord, whatever you say. Alright. Perfect. Could that man be any more sardonic? What is sardonic? I don't think I really like fish that much. Mwahaha. Actually, sir, if you'll take a look at this! Oh, sorry. Take a look at this! Wrong button. If I could just stop you there, Inspector Gregson. What is it, Sunshine? I'm a very busy man, you know. Well, I don't know if you being busy really matters here, you know, in the courtroom where you are a witness or testifying something. He's not a witness for that. No, I didn't press on the last one. It shouldn't really matter. If it'll continue from there, then I don't think that matters. No. This is a receipt that we found in Mr. Natsume's room. It was issued on the day of the incident and details the purchase of the 3 second-hand books. And you found that in the accused's room, did you? Actually... Yes, but the point is not where the receipt was found, but the name of the shop printed on it. Go on. This receipt was issued from a bookshop called Your Books. Your Books? Y-O-R-E, I presume? Yes, my lord. So Mr. Natsume did indeed purchase a number of books at a second-hand bookshop that day. However, the bookshop in question was not Bourbon Books. What? Inspector, do you know of this other bookshop? Yes, sir. Your Books is another second-hand bookshop not far from Bourbon Books. It's just that... Oh, well, it's such a small place, I didn't think the accused would have known about it.
Objection!
But in fact, that is the bookshop in which the defendant visited the day in question. And this receipt proves it.
Objection!
Yes, for what difference it makes. Whether the man purchased his musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis.
Objection.
Actually, it makes like several differences, stupid head. I disagree. I mean, after all, I have the street map here, if that might be of help. Oh, yes, thank you. Have a look at this, please. If the defendant had been returning from Bourbon Books, then yes, he would almost certainly have passed the place with where Miss Green was attacked. However, if we take into account the fact that he was actually at another bookstop, bookshop, not bookstop, god damn it, it may very well turn out that he wouldn't have passed that location at all. Could that be true? My, it rather depends on where this other bookshop is, but I do declare it might be a possibility. Is that right, Mr. Lawyer, sir, what you just said? Watch, I know, it's like literally right next to it. Absolutely, it absolutely could be right. Inspector Gregson, where is this your books establishment? Well, obviously we looked into that. It turns out that your books... Oh. Wow, and they put two bookshops on the same street. It's just here on the next corner of Meersham Street going east. Definitely is a longer travel time. And it also kind of depends on what direction he would have gone, because it's still the long way around if he goes the other way. Perhaps. And there you have it. As you can clearly see now... Oh. He's probably waiting for a reaction from Van Zeeks. My learned Nipponese friend is obviously in training to be a clown. The way he regales us with such witticisms. What is witticism? To your future career in the circus. You put that glass down now or I'll put it down for you. I didn't think I needed to spell it out, but here we go. If the accused was coming home from your books instead of Bourbon Books, there's no doubt he still would have passed the place where the victim was stabbed. He should have told that to Naruhodo. Sorry, one sec. Yes, thank you, Inspector. You're not just the clown, you're the whole circus. Allow me to reiterate from my learned, if somewhat slow, Nipponese friend. Are you okay? Wherever the man purchased this musty tomes, it makes no difference in the final analysis. That's false! As I suspected, you fooled me, and I don't suggest you try. Hold on. Can I look any further at these? No. It won't show me what the books are called. What did I say, eh? I've had enough of this now. Beg your pardon, terribly sorry, but would you mind repeating that? Mr. Naruhodo, we mustn't give up. What do you mean? If the prosecution's assertion is correct, the members of the jury may very well decide that Mr. Natsume is guilty. No, his hand's not bare, he's wearing gloves. She's absolutely right. We must consider the assertion just put forward by the prosecution very, very carefully. It claims Saseki-san must have passed the location of the incident on his way home from your books, but... Oh, fuck! I didn't mean to click that! Assertion made by the prosecution is fundamentally flawed. Oh, fuck. Explain yourself, counsel. Yes, my lord. You can see what I mean on this map. When returning from your books to his lodgings. Maybe time was the issue? Mr. Natsume could have followed the route suggested by the prosecution. However, that isn't the only conceivable route to take between the two places. If the defendant used these streets, look what happens. He arrives back at his lodgings without passing the location where the victim was attacked.
Objection!
Talking back to a clown is a fool's errand, of course. However, I feel compelled to point out that that route is what's commonly referred to as the long way around. Yep. On a cold winter's night, why would any man choose to take a longer route home? The answer is extremely simple. He wouldn't. In other words, the accused took the obvious route back to his lodgings and is the obvious perpetrator of this crime.
Objection!
Did I click the right option by accident? Yes, I've got it. No, he's so dumb. Obviously, we must ask the man himself. Ask Mr. Natsume which route he took home. I have already informed the court of the accused's response to such questioning. He claims he has no recollection. That's right, as I said, the bloke seems to spend his time outside wandering aimlessly from A to B. That day was no exception. He says he doesn't remember where he was or which route he took home. I don't believe this! I knew you would react like that. Case closed. I thank you, my learned friend, and suggest that we do not waste any more of the court's time by wandering aimlessly through this subject. Pray, what say you, insightful jurors? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But even if that is the case, then... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I agree with Lord Van Zeeks. Wholeheartedly and in every way. What? I don't believe it. Does this mean... We members of the jury are completely convinced now. Very well, in that case, I hereby call upon all members of the jury to present your findings to the court.
Guilty!
Oh.
Guilty.
They're speaking!
Guilty.
Was this voiced before?
Guilty. Guilty.
I don't think they ever said...
Guilty.
I don't think they ever spoke before. Ah, y'all are all bastards. I'm gonna kill each and every one of you. I'll eat your families too. It would appear that the jury's leaning is unanimous. I almost said unanimous. They did speak? Ah, I don't remember. Because they didn't do it all at once, I don't think. To the insightful members of the jury, I applaud your brave resolve. You serve queen and country admirably. Mr. Naruhodo. Hi, Pickle. Come here, puppy. No, not yet. This isn't over yet. I still have one last chance to sway the opinion of the jury. I have to tip the balance of the scales the other way. I have to turn this around. Somehow. Those are the eyes of Quarry, not yet willing to give up and die. So I presume you intend to wield your rights again in this trial? Rights of the defense written into antiqued British law that should have been buried long ago. But it is the law! Call it antiqued if you will. But it's the defense's prerogative to carry out summation examination if it so chooses. Very well, counsel. In accordance with the letter of the law, we shall proceed with the summation examination. Are the members of the jury ready, Mr. Foreman? Of course we're ready. I'm all too familiar with that Nipponese whippersnapper and his ongus refusal to throw in his alley. Whippersnapper. Antiquated. Oh. I mean, antique made sense too because it's like old, but anyway. Very well then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You will each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. On the grounds that he is, a foreign man and they're all racist. For pity's sake, that little Nipponese oddity already admitted it himself, didn't he? If he said that a woman in green collapsed before his eyes, why it can only happened the victim. The man wouldn't have gone around the houses on his way back from the bookshop, not in the winter. So the poor woman was attacked from behind, was she? How dreadful. I really don't care. Can't we just wrap this up now? I've got work to be doing. Your books, yes, nice shop that. But bourbon books? No, not worth a visit. I told you. They mean the same thing. Well, then I'm not wrong, am I? Take that. Case solved. Get the fuck out of my courtroom. Sorry. With only minor exceptions, the reason for finding the defendant guilty are all too clear. When the stabbing occurred, the only two people at the scene were the victim and the accused. And the accused himself has admitted to seeing the victim in her green overcoat sink to the ground before his eyes. Furthermore, what color is his overcoat thing? Can I look at this man? I don't remember if his outfit was blue. No, not again. Oh. There's more than one this time. Gabe! Furthermore, we have heard from the inspector that the defendant, then fled the scene. I must say, I would have ample grounds to convict this man already. Oh dear, even the judge appears convinced of Mr. Natsume's guilt now. Gabe, there was a second one. Ugh, why did he have to run away like that? And how are we supposed to believe in some phantom attacker that nobody could see? Hababa? This is impossible. How can I possibly make a case for the defense? Mr. Naruhodo, this is no time to be grumbling. If we want to force the trial to continue... Yes, I know. I have to turn the tide. I must make the jurors change their minds. Oh, that's so weird. Well, 4 of them at least. Exactly. We have no choice but to forge forward. You have the floor, counsel. Begin your summation examination. Yes, my lord. What a nice, good slap. I just need to keep this trial going somehow. Whatever it takes. Come on, Ryunosuke, you can do it. Oh. Jury examination. The defense's rebuttal. I am going to stop here for tonight. We'll come back to the courtroom drama next week. Though, next week my schedule we'll see. Will probably be changing. I'll find out once I go do my orientation on Tuesday. Which means either I will be streaming at 3 a.m. or I'll be streaming at noon. And we will find out. I don't think it'll be 3 a.m. I don't want to do that to y'all. Wow, suddenly I just lost hearing in one ear. And it's very loud. It's like, beep. Anyway, no, it probably won't be 3 a.m. Okay. Either way, it'll be during lunchtime on a weekday, so that'll be fun. Let's go see who we can raid. Beep. Lots of bugs streaming right now. Oops. Giga's playing WarioWare. Let's go. Wait, hold on. Let's go raid Ritaka. I love Ritaka, he's so funny. He's been live for nearly 3 hours. Looks like he's playing Siren Blood Curse. I have no idea what that is. Alright, let's go say hi to Ritaka. And I will see you all tomorrow at 4 p.m. when I play more Tales of the Abyss, right? Is that what I'm playing tomorrow? Anyway. Thanks all for coming. Yep. Okay. Thanks, Gabe. Alright. Bye-bye. I love you all. See ya later.